Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am great.
That's good.
Yes, I'm like pumped, ready to go.
Lots of winning all over the place.
Um, Not only winning, but the trip that I took last week was with all of the top reps,
Yep.
and I picked up a couple of tips.
Okay.
And just like seeing that everyone is out there and doing it, it just
Yep.
made me really want to get out there and do it. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I got up early this morning. I've been um, organizing my schedule, sending
Okay.
out videos, all that good stuff. So I am kind of
Nice.
pumped.
Pumped. All right. Well, hit me. All right. So you picked up some new tips. You're fully engaged and motivated to get after it. You're
Mhm.
organizing already.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I already got my next sale. She's going to sign up probably June 1st. It's someone I've been talking to for a while. And hold on one sec. Oh,
Yep.
forget that. And so she's done.
Nice.
It's like a done deal. She was waiting for a grant to come through, so it came through. She's like, "Let's do this." So I love
Perfect.
that. And then I got an appointment with a PCS lead, and I went last week. And while I'm talking to them, they're all about girl power and everything because they're they do flooring, and there's two girls that work in the office. The owner's a woman who runs everything, and so they saw a video that I sent that I just started sending because I learned
I
about it.
remember that
Yeah.
you were saying.
The open rate's been insane. So they booked the appointment literally off of the video, which
That's
is
huge.
crazy. So I've been sending it out nonstop. But I um I got the appointment. I went to the appointment. I'm showing them everything. They're all super excited about everything that they're seeing. And I'm like, oh, they're like, can I see the dashboard of our results? Because they saw it in the video. They're like, we
Right.
really want to see that. So I pulled up one of my customers. The secretary's daughter works for that company. So she's like, Gator pressure cleaning. My daughter works there. And so little did I know she was texting her daughter asking about me while I was in the meeting. And
Oh
her
boy.
daughter had rave reviews.
Thank
So
goodness, right?
yes. Well, I mean,
I mean,
I
nobody's
always,
gonna have bad reviews of you, but that just like
yeah,
worked out perfect.
yeah. So she's like, no, Melissa's great, blah, blah, blah. You're going to work with her. So I got basically a referral while I was in the room. And she's like, I just talked to my daughter. She said, you're great. So I have a follow-up meeting in a couple of weeks because the owner is out of the country right now. So they set me up to meet with her when she gets back. So I'm stoked about that one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. Um,
Right.
and then I have another PCS prospect that I've been trying to get with this guy literally for years at this point. But he went to the last networking event that I went to, and there I was like, hey, let's chat. But everything I said during the network event was
It was
literally geared
geared to
towards
him, you
him.
said? Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure he'll set up an appointment, but I have not been able to get him on the phone. And then last week, I also talked to two different companies in the Lakeland networking event that I do that want to meet with me as well. So just all around good stuff happening. I am really pumped just to get out there today
Yeah.
because I think it's going to be a pretty productive day. And my next meeting just canceled, so I'm going to send out all my videos. I'm going to follow up with everyone this morning. I'm going to send out um, that quote from last week. I've got like just doing selling stuff for the next couple of hours and seeing what that does.
I love it. I just put all that. So we got priorities, follow-ups, more videos, send the quote from last week, all selling for the next few hours. Any struggles or things come up?
Not right now. Like I'm so
Love it.
pumped from being around those people that like I it makes me feel like I can really do it. And that is to me like part of it, you know? And one of the girls taught us that um you should definitely go to if you're already talking to someone and they're already excited about working with you,
Hmm.
that you can go to their Facebook page if you've liked them, and you can search for the businesses that they have liked, and then say,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
can you do an introduction for
Yep.
me for these people, like basically what you've been saying to do. Um,
What?
but it's an easy way to know who they know. So
Right.
when
That's,
I
I mean,
go
that
in to
just
see
takes it that
them,
next step. Yeah.
yeah, I can say, hey, these are, I noticed that you're friends with these people. I want to know them too. So I'll show you how to do it because like that
Well,
was one of my most powerful takeaways. Let me know when I can share.
yeah. Why is it not letting me? All right. You should be able to now.
All right. So, the main thing is obviously you have to like them on Facebook. So
Yeah.
that's like the first step is going in and liking them on Facebook. And then you go to their page, you go to more, you go to likes,
Yep.
and you can see all of the business pages that they've liked.
Yep. That's awesome.
And then I can do research on these and say, hey, can you connect me with paw prints?
Yep.
And it
Love it.
shows their address and everything. So I can see if they're local or whatever, if it's someone
Right.
that I want to meet
Or if
with.
they're just like a random they got connected to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
um, that was like one of the best tips I think that I got. So I'm excited to
Oh, that's so
to start
fantastic.
using that as well.
Yeah.
Um, I a lot of the reps that I talk to, yeah, they go and do drop-ins, but they're also really good on the phone.
Okay.
So they're at least getting somewhere on the phone before they're doing the drop-ins. I'm still going to do a bit of both, um,
Okay.
but it makes me feel like I need to get better on the phone and and make sure that those calls count as well.
Yeah. Um, did they give you any ideas of what they're saying or how they're connecting on that call?
No, but I am going to reach out to a couple of them,
Yeah.
and specifically ask. Last week
Yeah,
was
like
hectic
what
because
like is there a line that's hooking them? Are they doing when you do calls, is it like phone calls and text or how does that?
it looks like we're about to get to be able to text through our
Okay.
system. Like it's
Yeah.
been added to our system, but they haven't taught us it yet. So I know
Gotcha.
it's
Okay.
coming in the next couple weeks because I think I'm going to try that as well. But I think that that will be like one more layer of getting
Hmm.
through to them.
Right.
Um, but one, those videos have been working like crazy. The open rate is insane, and the
That's
fact that
nuts.
I used it for a week and got an appointment from it is
Yeah.
huge. So I'm going to keep doing that. Um, and then, I mean, I keep telling you how busy I am, but we may be buying another business.
You
um,
like you personally?
yeah,
Oh, just for fun. Love it. What kind of
make
business?
sure that someone else can run it for us. Now we're going to have
Right.
to help with setup and stuff like that, but it's a vending machine business, a really
Oh,
successful one. Um, and at that point, because we have the car wash, we have the property management, and then if we have this too, those three businesses, what we make from it will replace both of our incomes. So then we're literally working because we want to.
yeah.
So um, it's exciting because I'm not going to quit anytime soon. I love what I do so much, but we have the freedom to do that whenever we're ready once the sale goes through.
That's insane.
It
That's
really is.
absolutely that's so exciting and so cool. Are you running those other businesses or are people running them?
So for the car wash, my father-in-law goes there every morning and cleans up and checks on everything, makes sure everything's working. And then we go every day after dinner. It's only
Right,
7 minutes from us. It takes us
right.
maybe 30 to 45 minutes total. So, that's all it
Yeah,
takes. It's really passive, but we're really big on making sure everything stays clean
yep,
and making sure that everything's working at all times.
right,
So that's pretty much it for that. For the property management, it's basically our tenants stay with us forever. And when I
right.
say forever, I'm like forever. So one of the things that I do is I print out the leases every year and get them to sign those. But besides that, unless someone moves out, I don't have a lot of work to do on my end. It's just
Right.
7 times a year printing out a lease, getting them to sign it. And
Are these your properties?
yeah, we only do our properties.
Oh, okay. I
So
was gonna say because that's a pain in the butt. But okay, so they're your properties. That's
yeah,
crazy.
they're only ours. We treat them all really great, so they stay forever. And then maybe once a month, my husband has to go and fix something. Like right now, there's one property that
Right,
needs some things fixed. And it's stuff that he can easily do. So he'll go out for a day and go
right.
do
Take
that.
care of that.
But yeah, they're both very passive. And
Right.
the vending machine business, we found someone who will work it full time for a decent salary.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to employ my daughter to
Nice.
do the inventory and the shopping and stuff.
Yep.
And we literally just, best case scenario, we're just collecting checks. We've got to program all the machines because the guy who has done it in the past just did it really old school with
Yeah.
paper and pen, but you can program the machines to where you know exactly what was sold for the day, exactly what you need to replenish. Like it is pretty automated, and then the
Right.
guy working is going to be the one filling everything up and all of that
Yep.
stuff. Um, so pretty excited about that if everything goes smoothly, but
Right.
literally everything that we've done to prepare for retirement, like if we get this business, all of that extra money we don't even need because the
Right.
businesses themselves will
Right. You can be creating an insanely awesome safety net.
exactly.
Wow,
So
that's crazy. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
yeah, I mean it's going to add we've already made a commitment to every evening spending an hour on it after dinner,
Mhm.
just making sure we know what we're getting into, doing
Right.
some research. I bought 2 books today. Like you'd be surprised. I bought every book about running a car wash while we were in the process of running the car wash. There's two. But I also just bought 2 books on how to run a successful vending machine business because it's like 120 machines.
Okay. So
So
it's a machine. My father when we were kids, well, no, I was in high school at the time. His cousin's husband had a vending machine business and my father worked for him. And so like he literally drove around in a big van with candy and chips all day. And people, kind of thought that it would be weird having my father come to my high school and fill my vending machine. And I was like, no, that's the coolest
oh
thing ever. Like he gives my friends free stuff
yeah.
and people that I want to be friends with, he gives free stuff. And I'm cool. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like,
Yeah,
he's
no,
working. I don't care. Like,
yeah. It's such a good business model because like the rate of return is high, like super
yeah.
high. It's like
Well, and you
close
can
to,
charge so much for crap in vending machines now. It's insane.
and the locations that this guy has, like they're so busy that the machines have to be filled like 3 times a week.
That's so cool.
So he's found really good locations. Like I said, he hasn't even tried to put new machines in anywhere. He doesn't have any kind of web presence. Like
Right.
just doing some of the basic things can really blow this up. But first, we want to get it, make sure it's being
Well, yeah.
handled, and not have to worry about that. But then eventually, the goal is to have my daughter go out there and actually try to sell new accounts. So
Wow. And then you're going to write the book on vending machine business.
yes, I should write the book on running a car wash
You
too.
should. I can help you do that and utilize ChatGPT to like blow it up and go quick and easy on it.
That's amazing. Yeah, we might have to talk about that later because there are definitely things that we do differently, but
Yeah,
we always, my husband and I both kind of think big picture all the time.
right,
Like, what's the downfalls of going to a car wash? It's
right.
dirty and the equipment never works. We're
Yep,
not going to do that. So, like, um, it means that we have to go there twice a day, every day, but
right.
people drive past probably 10 other car washes to come to
Yeah.
us because they know our stuff works.
Well, and
So,
yeah, and the cleanliness is huge. Like you don't want to go wash your stuff in it. I mean, there's literally behind where we were living was a car wash. And I'm like,
mhm.
I never used it. Like I drove 10 minutes away to use a car wash.
Yeah. And it's fully lit, which is amazing because literally we have so many people washing their cars at night because
Yeah.
one, because it's a safe area, and two, because it's so freaking hot during the day that it's more convenient for them to wash it at night, or maybe they work too late to be able to do it during the day. But I'm
Right.
shocked at how many people are there at 2 in the morning washing their cars.
Yeah. No, that can be something we can totally talk about at some time down the road as a project if you want. Like
Yeah.
as you and what I would recommend is just if you haven't been, which I'm sure you have, taking notes of some kind
Mhm.
of like just like the little things, just keeping track because that's all stuff that you can upload right into Chat GPT and have it like expand on and flesh out and kind of like organize in a really cool way for you. And it's like I mean, it's your content. It's just getting
Yeah.
organized like super efficiently.
Yeah. And I mean, I can obviously use the books that I bought as
Yeah.
examples on,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. Well, and you can ask chat to pull its knowledge from those books. If not, if you have I don't know if they have like Kindle versions, if you can upload that in there or not. um
oh,
like
yeah.
I don't know if you can get like a especially if there's like a PDF copy. Like I always upload like my own personal stuff that I've done. I'll upload a PDF. So like my whole training manual that I utilize for content is uploaded. And so like now when I have to go do a presentation, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go present on these main topic areas. What would you pull from my manual and what would your transitions look like? And I have it like build it off of my content, but it saves me so much time and energy. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Um, and then, do you use ChatGPT much
Yes.
for
So
everything?
I used to use it a whole lot. Our company just banned the use of ChatGPT, and it's because ChatGPT literally scrubs your computer so
Uh,
that it could sound more like you.
yep,
And they're like the company is worried about trade secrets and things
yep,
like that. So
makes
now we
sense.
have to use Copilot, which I'm finding I like a lot. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
but I still use ChatGPT, just not on this computer because
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Um,
like I
I've,
never even thought about the security measures before that,
yeah,
like our new policy came out and they're like, use everything we do is on Microsoft anyway. So
yeah.
they're like, use Copilot.
Yeah, I mean that totally makes sense. I'm finding with chat and it's probably similar to Copilot, the better the questions, the more you
Oh yeah.
feed it. I also learned, I don't know if it's the same for Copilot, but I was in like a chat AI group, whatever, and I go in there every once in a while in this Facebook group, and the host had actually posted, and there had been some research done that you get like greater output when you like emphasize with like emotion. If you're like, hey, I need your very best right now. I'm working on this. It's got this deadline and it like gives you better content. I
Oh
like talk
wow.
to I talk to my chat in the morning. I'm like, all right, I need your very best. Are you ready to crush this? This is what I'm looking to do. And then it like writes back. It's like you're on fire this morning. Keep it up. And I'm like, that's right, I am. But I'm like, I'm not going to mess around. Like, if there's a chance it's going to give me better answers just by bumping it up, I'll bump
Yeah.
up, which is
Yeah.
insane. But,
One
and
thing
it's,
about Copilot that I found that's really interesting is like, um, it gives you prompts based off of what you ask it. It then has like 3 or 4 different things to get you better content. Like
yep.
it shows you prompts that you should have. Do you want to ask this? Like, or do you want to ask this?
Yeah.
And like it's telling you how to make it better, which is really cool.
Yeah. I like when I use chat and I'm building it out and it'll say, would you like me to create this for you? And I was like, yeah, never thought of that. Create that. And it's like, would you like a downloadable PDF of this? I was like,
Absolutely.
yep. Do you want me to create your sale? Yesterday, I created a program and a sales page that I'm putting out um, specifically for realtors because I created a chat GPT like PDF that I asked chat to act as a chat GPT expert to create this thing that teaches basically how to create your content in like minutes, scheduling it out and doing the so that it sounds like you, to train the chat to sound like you. So it
Mhm.
literally, I was like, and I asked it to create it to give me the prompts that should be asked in order to help somebody figure out their brand and their voice. It was insane. Um, so that's super helpful. But yeah, when it comes time, we can totally play around with that if you're interested, because if there's only 2 books out there, there could be a market for it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's more books for what's it called? For the vending machines, but still, like if I write a better book,
Yeah. I
and
never would have
even if
thought there
I
would
get
be.
some of the pie and it
Yeah.
took minimal effort, like it's
Yeah.
completely worth it.
Yeah. I mean, my book the most recent that's not published, I did in a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a fable, but it's on leadership, leadership and team culture, and it's done in fable form. It pulls from all my content, formatted, did it up, cover everything in a day, ready to go. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's
yeah, we
amazing.
could totally play. What else you have coming up so that you can get yourself working?
There's so um I've got 2 new appointments tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow. One I've been trying to get literally probably for 6 months. He had set up the appointment with me before and he had to cancel. And then I just kept following up and kept following up. And when I called him last week, um, he's like, my wife and I were just talking about you. Yes, I want to book an appointment. So I think that one's
Nice.
going to be pretty good. And then I have a lot of gaps in my schedule this week from being out of town, which is actually good because I'll be able to just drill down and really go for it with the prospecting. So
Okay.
that is my goal for the week. I do have a potential employee that I have to call, but that's just a 1 hour interview.
Okay.
So I feel good about that as well. And then next week right now is kind of wide open too. So my goal this week is to fill up the end of this week with nothing but new and then to start pushing for next week new appointments. But I've
Love it.
got plenty of gaps in my schedule to be able to get that done. So I'm kind of ready for it.
Yep.
And
You're
I'm,
still doing a good job of asking the next question.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I've
I'm
really
going to
been
keep coming
pushing
back to
that.
that because that was big for you in the beginning. So I want to make sure that
Yeah,
works still.
yeah. And before another approach that I have, like I have my list of who I'm going to drop in on. And
Hmm.
typically, if I dropped in on them, no matter what the response was, I take them off my list. This time, I was very I don't know what word I want to use, but I looked at what had happened when I did drop in to
Hmm.
determine if I should drop in again
Okay.
instead of just saying I dropped in there already. But there were some opportunities that I uncovered when I did walk in that
Right.
made me then want to take a step further.
Okay.
So um, Yeah, I think that that's kind of a difference too, is just being more intentional, I guess is the
Yeah.
right word.
I was gonna say, I
Um,
think you made intentional.
yeah, so just being more intentional, like when I do uncover information, go back in.
Yeah.
So, like, go back in and ask for people by name. Like, it does not hurt to do that. So,
Yep.
that's kind of my goal this time is to be more intentional, to go in, to ask more questions, to uncover more needs, and just not um, take no for an answer. Like,
Yeah.
at least let them like they're gonna have to tell me no a couple times,
Right.
um, and they're gonna have to explain to me why they don't want to meet with me.
I
Because
mean, it makes sense.
yeah, like go all in. Like
Yeah. Like
and
I can show
even
you something. Like the meeting is not a commitment. The meeting is just let me
at
show
the
you
end of
what
the
we can
day,
do.
you're going to learn something about your business and about marketing that you probably didn't know.
Yeah. And when it's like when that pressure is taken off, that's when, your magic works. The other thought that I was having with your when you do talk to um the other reps about their phone calls,
Hmm.
um, I know like for me, like I mean, I don't answer if I don't recognize the number, of course. Now, if it's a business line, it may be different, but finding out not just what they're saying on the call, but what are they saying in the voice message that gets left
Hmm.
that is either getting people to like, because you know how like iPhones right now, they'll like read you the voice message as it's happening.
Yeah.
Um, so like, what are they saying that might get somebody to actually be like, oh, I do want to answer that. Or to either call you back or answer the next time, right? Like we just bought a house, so we're getting calls from everybody about anything because you're on every list all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh, we
Um,
get calls several times a week of people trying to buy our houses.
yeah.
Like it's annoying, but
So it's like, but like, what is it that somebody might say that actually gets you to be like, oh, okay. Like I had the one guy was calling, and I didn't even know who he was or where he was calling from, but it was basically like through the mortgage company, they help set up your utilities for you. And I kept ignoring the call, but finally, I don't know what he said. I think he was like, he said, this will be the last time I'm calling if you want to take advantage of this. And it was just that, oh no, I really do. I just kept missing the call or I wasn't paying attention to the number. So, is there something that they're saying that's helping them in that voicemail message that
Mhm.
creates that? I know that the reason I was asking about text, what's worked on me in the past is sometimes, you get the call, you get the text, and half the time or probably 90% of the time it's super annoying because I'm like, no, this was a list I don't want to be on. But every once in a while it's like, oh, that's who was calling me. This is important. So that might be helpful in finding out not just the on the phone, but what's happening in that voice message, that like quick hook, that quick script that's gonna work.
well, yeah, because right now I don't leave voicemails
Oh,
because the way that we're talked is almost like I don't want to be deceiving. I don't want someone to call me thinking I'm a potential customer, only to
right.
find out I'm trying to sell them something.
Gotcha.
So I do think that that would be helpful because I I'm not going to break their trust from the very first
Right.
thing. So but you don't know if you don't ask. So I don't think it
Right.
would
Well, and
be,
I don't obviously don't mean to be deceiving, but like, hey,
no.
this is who I am and this is what, I can do for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. But like they're like, call and just be really vague. And I'm like, no, that's not me. I don't do that.
Well, and if you're vague, people are like, I don't have time to call back vague. If I don't know what it's about, then I ignore it. If
Yeah.
it wasn't important enough to tell me, like I keep getting these postcards in the mail, call me. I have a free gift for you. I'm like, because you want me to do a water test and you're not telling me that's what it's for? No, I'm not calling you
Yeah,
for a
no,
free
I'm
gift.
not doing
Like tell me at least who you are. Like don't um but yeah, so hopefully some of those reps will be able to give you like, hey, this was a really good thing. Or and you were talking about your prep ahead of time, right? Like,
that.
hey, I was looking at your website and I noticed this. I would love if you have 15 minutes to sit down to talk about how you can fix this problem either on your own or with my help or what, that
Yeah,
may pull them in.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I guess the next step for me will be to start leaving messages. And I know what makes people listen. Like You tell them that you're local because nobody's
Hmm.
local anymore, and
Yep.
you tell them the marketing gap that you've found.
Yeah.
And if they care about that, they'll call you back.
Right.
So
And it also, and like you said, it's also a prep before you go in. So if they don't call you back and you walk in, you can say, "Hey, I called the other day. This is what it was about." Like you have like another conversation starter, and they could be like,
yeah,
"Oh yeah, I bet you so many of them be like, oh yeah, I meant to call you back."
and
Like,
I definitely have in the past gotten appointments just by saying, hey, I like I said, I don't usually leave messages, but I do send emails. I'll say,
mhm.
hey, can I speak to Chris? It's about the email I sent last week. And
Yep,
then
perfect.
it makes them off guard. And they
Yep,
typically, if Chris is there, they'll put me through to him, assuming that it's about something
that he
else.
knows
And I
what you're
don't feel
there
like
for.
yeah, that I don't think is being deceiving because I'm
No,
following up on the email I sent.
absolutely. All right, so you're feeling good. When do you want to hop on again? Right now, I have you for the, I mean, I just put you standing
Yeah.
time. I have you June 3rd at 9, but I don't know. Do you want to keep
Can we
that
do
one?
Wednesday at 9? Is that
Wednesday
possible?
the 4th?
Yeah.
Yep. June 4th.
Awesome.
Let's see. Update. All right, hopefully that'll go through.
Yeah. And I already
Oh,
moved on mine.
yep.
And then following week as well,
Yep.
if we can do that Wednesday too.
Yep, that works right now. Let's see. Wednesday. You're changing. Okay. Send. All right. And then this was so next week will be session 5 of the 8 that we had talked through. So
Okay,
if
awesome.
there's anything special ahead of time that you want me to come with to talk about, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll just keep banging this out and keep you rolling.
Yeah, I definitely have like a renewed sense. Um, Let me make sure I have you
Oh
for
yeah.
the second week. A renewed sense of I can get out and do this.
Yeah.
And I've been following like a lot more like business coaches and stuff like that on Instagram and stuff because I
Yep.
feel like you can never get enough of those messages.
Yeah.
And one thing that they said that I really felt impacted me was, I feel a lot of stress because everyone in the company expects me to be here because I
Yep.
kicked so much butt the first year that like they all expect me to stay at that level. And the messaging was basically that when everyone around you expects you to do more and expects you to be the best version of yourself, in most cases, you will rise to that.
Yeah.
And so instead of stressing about it and worrying about letting them down, I need to just freaking rise and call
Yeah.
it a day. So,
Well, and look at like the key phrase, look at pressure as a privilege. Like you're
ooh,
like you're having that pressure for a reason. It was given to you for a reason because you can rise, because you've risen. It's an opportunity that what you're doing, people value. Um, I'll shoot you. I did. It wasn't. I don't remember how long ago, but it was a quick podcast on pressure as a privilege. That might be a good one for
I
you to
love that.
check out.
Yeah, please, because that definitely changed my thinking, and I feel
Yeah.
like it kind of like released some pressure. I'm like, they're just trying to do what I know I can do. And I
Yep.
just need to rise to it and get it done. And
Yeah.
no excuses and no, like, don't let it cripple me. Make me better.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'll send that to you. Actually, I think this is the link right now. How pressure can be a powerful force.
Yeah.
Um, I'll email it to you. I'll make sure that's the one that I'm thinking of.
Okay,
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, you have a fantastic week. If anything comes up, you think of anything, just let me know, and we'll be prepped and ready to go for next week on Wednesday.
Yay. Thank you.
Crush it. All right, bye.